everyone, here we are in the workshop. Right, today is time for a review. I don't do many of these, but I'm going to start to do maybe a series of new videos on the channel. Really looking at tools which I don't personally sell across Tyrell Models, but some tools which you guys might want to take a look at. So today I want to show you this guy. It's the new, well, they call it a driller. I think it's a drilling grinding machine from Ammo. Saw this on their website a few weeks ago, and I've been sort of fiddling with it for a while, sort of on off. But I thought you guys might appreciate maybe a few thoughts on what it's like to use, and if you feel it might be something for you. So, interestingly, good box. I was happy with the packaging. Very robust, because I obviously want this thing to arrive in good condition. Let me show you the other sides of the box, so you get some information about how to use this thing. You also get a set of grinding heads, and interestingly, an adapter, which many of you might find familiar. On the bottom is just some info about Ammo itself, and the ends are pretty much as you would expect. So let's get this T-800 driller out of the box, and we'll see what we actually get. So in the box is like that. It is nicely packaged. It's very sturdy, so it should arrive without any damage. So let's get the guy out of the box. Let me get all the packaging out. Let me get the other bits and pieces out. Reassemble the box, so we keep that in the background a little bit. Just leave it there. Okay, so in the box we get set of instructions, which are self-explanatory, but they do give you in various language. The charging as well. It's USB again, bog standard USB connection. If you have it, have an adapter, plug it in, away you go, no problems at all. Does it give me the voltage? Yes, it does. It's a 5 volt 2 amp, so pretty standard across most of these kinds of devices. As I said, you get an adapter which looks very similar to the one I sell for the display grinder. In fact, it is identical, just that the shaft diameter is different. I'll come to that in a second. And a set of grinding heads, or sanding heads, if you want to call them. Pretty standard as well. You can see these pretty much across every website you can imagine. Pretty standard, but yeah, absolutely do a job. Now, device itself. Let's have a look at this guy. I mean, in the hand when I first picked it up, I felt, yeah, really nice build quality. I think I'm not quite sure if that's an aluminium or it's a plastic case, but the finish is very nice indeed. USB charge in the bottom, of course. Not too heavy, I thought, as well. It's heavy enough. You often hear me talk about that on my product reviews, that a little bit of weight is also very useful for the ergonomics. I say in the hand, I would hold it like that as a pen. It is really just like a very chunky marker pen. I think the issue for me is it might be a little bit too big. I haven't got very large hands, and in the hand this is quite large for me. Not too bulky. It's not as bulky as a Dremel, for instance, which you kind of have to hold like that because it's so large. You can hold this pen like, and then do some very fine grinding and even drilling with this. It's really what your application is for this. What I also liked was the way they'd organised the chuck, which we'll talk about in a second. But I think overall, ergonomically, very nice indeed. I mean, for some of you with larger hands than mine, then this could fit really nicely in your hand. It absolutely could. Let me get my display one as a comparison. And you can see how different they are. Yeah, they really are. For me, in the hand, this guy is fantastic because I have smaller hands, and the fine control I can get is fantastic. This guy, yeah, I would absolutely have an application for that. I feel. Which one I would reach for me would probably be display because of the the ergonomics for me. But I think if you have larger hands, then this guy might actually do it. This guy might actually be too small for you if you got larger hands than I have. So, couple of things which I really liked was the chuck itself. Now, if I bring this a bit closer to the camera, you can see that the actual chuck itself has a locking mechanism like that. You can hear that click. That's locked. That's unlocked, I believe. No, that's locked. Unlocked, and then then your tool comes out, which I really liked. Nice innovation there. I really like that. Particularly the solid lock and unlock. Yeah, that's locked. That's unlocked. Brilliant. I really like that. Control wise, that's the other thing which I quite liked about this guy as well. Was, let me switch it on. Now, if you can see, let me just bring that a bit closer. The LEC, the little display there, actually shows you the speed of the drill. Now, what I really liked about this was that is very controllable. That's not even on its slowest setting. If I hit the minus key, you might be able to hear that go down in tone. It's even slower. And that is its slowest setting. That's as slow as it goes. So if you want to do some very fine grinding or even very fine drilling, this guy might be ideal. You can also go the opposite way, of course. Hit the plus key. You can hear that going, the tone going up as it gets faster and faster and faster. And that's the maximum, and it stops when you get to that. And also you can control how far it goes, but 35 is max on this guy, which again, when you want to go through some maybe larger material, this is ideal. Let me switch that off for a second. Also with this guy, is it double press? I think it said double press. Yes, change the rotation, 2 quick presses. So when it's running, if you want to, if you cut 2 quick presses on the power button, this will reverse, which is, again, that's an interesting innovation. So yeah, it starts off clockwise, and then if you press it again, two sharp presses anti-clockwise. So if you did need, again, that application, I guess when you also use that with the speed adjustment, that's an interesting way of organising all of this. I really like that, because I hadn't seen that before. I hadn't seen the locking mechanism for the chuck, and the fact that you can control the speed of this down to really slow and therefore potentially quite accurate drilling and sanding, and reverse it if you wanted to. That's an interesting innovation there. Let me just unlock the chuck for a second and get that out, and let's put one of these guys in. If I can figure out how to get in the box. How do you get in that box? Does it pull off? Yes, it does. There we go. Okay, let's just put one of the grinding heads in and lock it, and then switch them on, and then you can see that's how that would actually work. In fact, let me switch it off. Let me find something I can actually do a bit of grinding on. Hang on. So let's start that off. So that's on 35. So that's its max. So let's try a bit of grinding or sanding. You can probably see that flying off the end. So it absolutely does the job. Let's undo that. So let's try a bit of sanding. So the sanding, you've probably seen these already. You may even own plenty of these. Push the sander onto the end, and then into the chuck. Switch him on. Where is? And again, let's try a bit of sanding. Yeah, that works a treat. Absolutely. That's on its highest setting. So let's reduce it. So let's do that. Let's see if you get a little bit more control when it's slower. And you absolutely do. Yeah, that control on the speed is very innovative. I feel very interesting indeed. That's a very interesting addition, I guess, to these kinds of devices. So let's just switch them off for a sec. I'm sure many of you want to know what the chuck diameter is. So where's my measurers? Hang on, let's do that. So chuck diameter, the shaft diameter even is 2.25. So, and that should be what this adapter is. Yep. Yep, that's absolutely fine. So yeah, the fact that they've given you the adapter does make it yeah, more versatile, in the same way that my adapter is makes this guy more versatile. So that's an interesting innovation from Ammo. I think the bottom line with this guy is the price. Frankly, I was a little bit surprised when I saw it. I think I saw it in an advert somewhere. Hopped across to their website to have a look at it, and you know, these guys come in at €95, which is what, that's it's over £80 for one of these guys, which is quite a lot, unless you're going to use this, you know, a hell of a lot. It would be a what do they call it, a considered purchase, absolutely. So is that the Achilles heel? Is it too expensive? Don't know. I guess it's going to be your call, really. If you feel you know, this kind of money for this guy does buy you an interesting chuck locking mechanism and a very controllable speed, if that's actually what you're looking for. Because after all, mine, for instance, it goes at you know, 3 speeds, and that's your lot. It will go the standard speed and then 2 higher. It won't go any slower, which obviously is how that one was designed. The flexibility of the speed on this might be the thing that sells it to you. It absolutely might. But yeah, €95 plus the shipping is yeah, it's a chunk of change. Absolutely, of course it is. But again, if you have an application, yeah, I'll be looking for something that's locks the tools much better than, say, a grub screw, for instance. And yeah, absolutely, the controllability, if that's a word, on the speed may be the thing that sells it to you, and that absolutely could be it. So that is the new tool from Ammo, the T-800 driller, they call it. I say quite an interesting piece of kit. Would it have a space on my bench? Well, if I wasn't buying it to do the review, I would probably get one anyway, just because of the controllability. I think I would absolutely use that in some aspects of my model making. So it would find a home. But you do have to think, I guess, long and hard if you feel that this kind of device is worth the investment. So as always, any questions, any queries, do get back to me, and of course, keep on modeling.